Good evening, everyone. A little nervous, excuse me. Well, maybe if I hold it. I like to start. My name is Kenneth Richardson. I'm truly honored to be here tonight with my partner by my side. It's truly a blessing. I thank God for every day. I like to start with a quote. It says, "The king has sent you into the country to carry out a special, specific task. But if you have not performed that task you were sent for, it is as if you have performed nothing at all." So many have come into this world for a particular task, and that is their purpose. If he doesn't perform it, well, he will have done nothing. Rummy. There was a time in my life I couldn't imagine standing in front of you in a room like this. Back then, get nervous, start gasping for air. Guess it was like me searching for stability that I never seemed to find. I was young, an innocent kid, craving for the attention of my father, who was working to heal his own demons. My mom, she did her best, but she couldn't give me what I felt I was in search of. My stepfather, well, his anger wouldn't allow me to hear his messages. All I felt was abuse at a time I was desperate for love, yet all I found was suffocation. I looked for air in many places, friendships, the streets, but those weren't safe places. The guys I grew up with, they were just as hurt as I was. We turned our pain into bonds, but eventually we turned on each other. I lost my innocence young. Anger became my friend in place of love, and the streets welcomed me to a home. But that love from the streets led me straight to prison in 1999. I was sentenced to life in federal prison at the age of 24 for being a part of a drug enterprise. I was a young man figuring out life, doing the best with the tools I had, carving out my future, being a present father to my 2 young sons, with another on the way unbeknownst to me. But at that time, the foundation I was building started to shake in front of me. But my mind wouldn't allow prison to strip me of my family, my dignity, and my hope. But my freedom, I had to work for that. I started to feel like I was choking again, reliving the moment when my lungs were filling up with blood left in a car, feeling the air leave my body, yet my mind wouldn't allow me to suffocate. But along my journey, someone who became like an uncle to me, Dr. Guy T. Fisher, he showed me true transformation. One day he told me something that stuck forever. He says, "You're trying to fit in with them, but they want to be you." He said, "Stop flying with those pigeons and start flying high where you belong." And those words planted a seed that the water and the air would now start to grow. So after I took courses through Purdue University, I gained many certifications. I learned to be alone with my thoughts, to change them, to heal myself. After all, the thought is the cause of it all. 20 years later, after learning the law without going to law school, I found myself in front of a judge who granted me my freedom, but asked what was it in my heart that I would do when I came home. And with no hesitation, I said, a chef. A chef. So at that point, every week after I would go to probation, I would sit there, and it was this flyer that caught my eye, Commonpoint. The 3 programs it offered interested me: nursing, construction, and culinary, right there in front of me. It says, where you trip and stumble is where you'll find your true blessing. It couldn't have been truer. No. I told my mom about it. She reminded me of what I told the courts those years ago. So I enrolled in the 12-week program, which is now a new chapter in the book of my life. During those 12 weeks, I learned many kitchen skills, proper sanitation, how to work the line, and my comrades in the back, many techniques in the kitchen. After completion, I volunteered in the kitchen, and before long, I was hired. The air felt like it was changing. My foundation started to feel stable. See, in my life, air has always meant something in different stages as a child and while in prison. Being told I would never leave was like suffocating. But I found a new kind of air that fills my lungs with purpose at Commonpoint. Passionate people with a purpose to help others. It's a community, a family that leaves the doors open to opportunities. For people with a mission, a purpose, helping them create a vision of their future for themselves. It wasn't long that my stepson saw a flyer I had brought home one day, and it caught his eye as well. He applied for the construction program, and now he's carving out a vision of his future, a pathway to stability, thanks to Commonpoint. I know it's possible with the right opportunities every day when I look at my stepson. This is why I'm here tonight, to thank Commonpoint, Judy, Callie, thank y'all, truly. Thank them for opening the doors for me and my family, giving me, as well as my son, the opportunity. A way to help others in ways I didn't have. And with your support, many stories like mine can find that air, that purpose, that healing. Because in life, so many of us are just living to die. But with a purpose, you find yourself dying to live. I thank you all, and be well.